But the X-Men 97 reboot is fire. I've seen some people complaining about it. I gotta watch it for myself. It looks good. See, I've seen some people in here slandering it. If we look at the reviews, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nines. Couple 8s, bunch of 7s, couple 6s. Overall 76 overall. It's like an 80 basically. This is one of those games. It's one of those games I think you're probably gonna have to, if you're not feeling confident about it, you're probably gonna have to wait for it to go on sale. Seems like you're either gonna really like it or not. I canceled my Disney Plus. It's been nothing but 10s. Rise of the Chopped Cheese release date. So yeah, that's kind of the review roundup of Rise of Ronin. And people are saying it's a good game, but it's got some issues. And then some people love it. He said if a 9 is mid, like you don't get a 9 by accident. And some of these are reputable. This is PSU, Shack News, Gaming Trend. I know them. It kind of goes back to the argument that what I'd be trying to say, like everybody hates IGN and GameSpot until their review fits their agenda. Like Dextero and Eurogamer gave it a 4 out of 5. That's good. Freaking, it's IGN 7 out of 10, too much water. Until IGN gives it a 7 because you want to hate on the game, then it fits your agenda. This is one of those games I'd probably say wait till it goes on sale to see if you like it or not. It might be a little risky, but it sounds like it's a good game. Just it's got some issues. Clocking into my 9 to 5. What up, June? Team Ninja don't miss, but not against Isuno. Let's be real. Let's see. People are mad IGN gave Dragon's Dogma 2 an 8, which isn't even bad. Good game. Like, I don't even understand. I got some Assassin's Creed news. Let's move away from that shit. Where is it at? I got some Assassin's Creed. I don't have like a bunch of crazy stories, but let's see. Got this one, and then there's another one, I believe. Where is it at?
I don't know why anyone follows this stream when you could be stalking. I mean, following Sonic.
There was another one. Did I not save it? Hold on, let me go on my DMs. Hold up. There's another one about Japan, I think I got. That's the one I wanted to bring up. Oh, there it is. Got to click it. Boom. There we go. Did somebody sub? Shout out to whoever just subbed or followed. So we got some new rumors. Take it with a grain of salt about Assassin's Creed Japan that just hit the timeline. Someone who tested the game is leaking details, and the tester revealed details on the plot and the gameplay of Assassin's Creed Japan. Here's all the information provided by the tester. IGN can be inconsistent with their opinions on games, so I just never give stock to any reviews and just fuck around and find out each time. It can be hard to take like a corporation's reviews seriously too, just because like I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Like an IGN review, even though it's IGN, it's that specific employee's opinion of it. It doesn't become IGN's opinion unless the video performs well and people agree with that opinion. But if the video does bad, they'll be like, whoa, 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 that's just that reviewer. Like, it's such an inconsistent, versus if you come to me, you always are going to know, which pause, you're always going to know it's my opinion. Same thing with GameSpot. That's kind of the issue, I feel like, with corporate reviews. It's like, who represents what? But anyways, that's why, like, for me, you said after Teenage Mutant Ninja 4, I look at it completely different. Like, one of the things that, like, I wanted to do at GeForce, that you had brought it up, is, like, they wanted to extend the watch time, so, and they didn't listen. So one of the things that I suggested is you let one person, because usually they would give away, like, multiple codes, let one person be the one that does the review, and then to extend the watch time, the review can be, like, 8 to 10 minutes, and then we can tack on another 10 to 20 minutes at the end by bringing in the other 2 to 3 people who got to play the game and do a second opinion type of set, like a round table, basically. And then we all give a score, basically. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, like have like a pod. That way people understand there are other people who played it and it's not just one definitive person. But yeah, that's going to be one thing that's confusing about it. Assassin's Creed Japan, plot. We could even do an average. Basically what we used to do on GI. The game may have a tutorial mission set between 1450 and 1470. The game features several significant time jumps shown through cutscenes Neo, the main character's prologue involves the burning of a village when she was younger, and then a time jump to when she was an adult. So basically, Connor's origin story. Hey, buddy, come on, man. You gotta get a life, dude. Get a job. Go get a job, okay? Go get a job. We learn about her motives and why she wants to pursue the Order. The prologue begins with a voiceover battle cry and a camera pan to a small village under attack. Fire, death, and smog fill a small village. Here, for the first time, a character is introduced who will later become an important part of the plot. Characters. Male samurai Yasuke is accepted into the clan. The female shinobi is already a member of the clan. It is already known that she is an Iga ninja clan led by Naguta Fujiya. All right, bro, I give up. My bad, dog. My bad. The interest coincides up to the point they work together against a common enemy, but they wouldn't do it otherwise. Let's see gameplay stuff. Parkour is much better than the last 4 games. Curious to know what that means. Is it gonna be like Unity? Because everybody says that's the best one in terms of movement. The tester compares the level of its implementation with Unity. One city the tester found himself in was densely populated. The design of the city levels lends itself to parkour, allowing you to traverse cities without ever touching the ground. The grip can be used for parkour and climbing, since you can no longer climb on anything and everything, since you can no longer. The grip, is that a tool or something, or are you talking about your hand grip? The woke go broke crowd is still seething at Yasuke. Even though it's historically accurate, it's still woke. The game will feature challenges and puzzles related to parkour. I like that. I like environmental puzzles. The 2 protagonist system is implemented differently than Assassin's Creed Syndicate. For example, to change your character, you now need to return to a special shelter, so you can't do it at any time. There's Transmog Plus. New Game Plus will only be available after launch. Boo! I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care about New Game Plus, but Transmog, that should be in the game by default. If you don't know what that is, it's like in Harry Potter. It's when it allows you to wear like the gear with the best stats, but you can also wear the gear with the best drip. You can combine them. So we might be running around with some goofy ass armor because the stats are the best. The tester heard from developers that the team wants to make the game more down to earth and get rid of the fantasy connection. Base building is custom base building, but you can choose your color schemes and other shapes. I do not care. The name of the game has been changed twice already. The ninja in the game's teaser is not the main character, just an ordinary ninja assassin. The soundtrack for the game is already ready. The developers are planning to release the game in the fall, but they do not have exact plans for this, so they're hoping for the fall. Base building, I'm out. Yeah, like what the fuck? It sounds all right. I mean, based off these details, this sounds realistic. Take it with a grain of salt. These are rumors, but this sounds realistic. It doesn't. I'm not seeing anything that like crazy out of the ordinary. How y'all feel about the fantasy, the removal of the fantasy stuff? Pink helmet, but because I feel like that's cap, because they said they was gonna remove the fantasy in the last one, Mirage, and this nigga was teleporting, bro. It's the same team who made Odyssey. I'm in too. I just hope that, like, if they're talking about fantasy, I hope they're talking about, me personally, I didn't mind the fantasy stuff in Origins and Odyssey, but I get why people like it. And I'm talking about like fighting the Minotaur and shit like that, or the crocodile in Origins, the crocodile god, like that type of stuff. If you don't like that stuff, I completely understand. I thought it was fun, but I understand why people don't like it. I hope that's what they remove. I hope what fantasy doesn't mean is they remove the whole Illuminati, Templar conspiracy type of shit, which I don't think will be the case, because they already mentioned the Templars earlier here. So I hope they lean more into that then, if they're going to remove the other fantasy stuff. I hope they don't have the stamina meter like Valhalla. Fuck Valhalla, bro. That was not an Assassin's Creed game. Interesting though. And then I had some other Assassin's Creed news too. Odyssey and Valhalla was fun, but they didn't feel like Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, I feel that. Like, and that's why I said, like, you'll never hear me get mad when people are like, oh, I didn't like Odyssey, it didn't feel like Assassin's Creed. I completely understand that, because it wasn't. You played as a mercenary. It was more of like an action adventure game. I always say I liked Odyssey because it was just a fun game. I can look past something not being like the source material if it's good. And that's the issue with the Avatar show, right? They made changes, but it's not good. I felt like the changes were fun to me. And to me, at the end of the day, I'm a gameplay first type of person when it comes to games. So as long as the game is fun, whatever, dude. I'm not that tied to these characters. I'm not losing sleep. I'm never going to act like how the Batman niggas acted over fucking Suicide Squad. That's weird behavior. I'm never going to understand that. I don't care. Odyssey is like Chick-fil-A? What do you mean? Is the Animus still a thing in Assassin's Creed? Yeah, it is in the new trilogy. It's not as big, though. You play as a modern day archaeologist, this woman. She has a portable one, and she's like kind of like in hiding. Like, I think in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you came out of the Animus maybe 3 times in the whole story. And that was one of the moments that got me excited too, because it was in one of those moments where you come out the Animus and explore the real world, where she has contact with the Japanese assassins, and they confirmed that it was I was like, oh, we're getting Assassin's Creed Japan finally. I seen someone talk about that with the adaptations, like if they want to be different, just make a new IP. I feel that. It's people afraid to take risks. Cause like on the flip side, it's like I hate to do this. I hate to defend a corporation. On the flip side, from the corporate side, I'm 100% sure these corporations here make a new IP. But from the corporate side, you hear that, but then you also look at the numbers, and they're all driven by data. And that's why I always say, like, stop talking about stuff that you don't like and support what you do like. Because there's times where these corporations do make new IPs and niggas don't buy the shit. So that signifies to them, all right, well, more Madden, more FIFA. So, like, consumers have to understand that they play a role in this shit too. It's a symbiotic relationship. If you see something you like, this news, please support it. Ain't gonna lie, don't give a shit about the present day storyline. Yeah, y'all voting with y'all wallets more than your words. Yeah, like an example being, like we joke about it, but I would imagine Square Enix. Fucking dog hair in my mouth. I would imagine Square Enix is devastated by the release of what's that game? Bootleg Splatoon. I already forgot the name of the game. I'm tired. What's the bootleg Splatoon game that came out? The Squirter game. Foam Stars. Yeah, I would imagine they're devastated by the release of Foam Stars. I joke about it, but like jokes are half truths. Yo, the internet was going hard for Foam Stars since they announced it. We're gonna foam it up. Nobody played that shit. Now, you could also argue they should have made a better game because it wasn't that good. It was really generic. But, like, the internet hyped that shit up, bruh. We're gonna foam it up. Who's ready to foam? Nobody played that shit. And I'd imagine, like, the suits are probably sitting around in the room like, what the fuck happened? They didn't realize niggas was yapping, bruh. I didn't know it released. Yeah, that shit came out. I streamed it one day and I was just like, yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna stick, man. Other Assassin's Creed news I got for you. Assassin's Creed Jade is likely to be delayed till 2025. For those unaware, Assassin's Creed Jade is the mobile game that they're working on that's supposed to take place in China. Assassin's Creed Jade, the upcoming open world mobile game set in ancient China, will likely arrive in 2025. That's according to Reuters report detailing a change in focus with Tencent, the Chinese publishing giant which is handling development duties on the project. Tencent has declined to comment on the report, and Eurogamer has contacted Assassin's Creed franchise creator Ubisoft for additional comments. For those unaware, it's going to be free to play. I'm just curious. I'm curious how they're going to monetize this game. Like, are they going to lock shit behind a paywall, like to beat the story? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to boot up an emulator on my PC to play this shit. Today's reports state Tencent is currently looking to capitalize on the Chinese success of its own title Dreamstar, a party and hangout game that has blown up in popularity and has moved hundreds of Assassin's Creed Jade team members onto the project. Okay, this is interesting. So I saw an article this morning regarding Tencent too. And this kind of co-signs the article. So the gist of the article was Tencent's numbers are down, which for those who know where Tencent is one of China's biggest conglomerates. They own a piece of almost every major gaming company in the West, including Activision, Epic, Ubisoft. They got their hand in everything. I read an article this morning that Tencent's money's down and they want to move away from IPs that they don't own, and they want to focus on Riot, and they want to focus on IPs that they do own. And this kind of co-signs that article, because it says they want to work on their own IP, Dreamstar, a party and hangout game that's blown up in popularity. Y'all ever heard of Dreamstar? What the fuck is this shit? Dreamstar trailer. What? Dreamstar gameplay. Oh, it's a mobile game. No need for an emulator when there's Google's Play PC. Yeah, but that shit's still in beta. Rather use the shit that's tried and true. Oh my god. I know it's fun to rank on Ubisoft, but Tencent rather invest in this shit? The fuck is this? So this is a Chinese nigga. It's Fall Guys. Dream Guys. This is insane behavior, bro. I look at stuff like this and I'm just like, yo, if you guys want to beat the stereotypes, you guys got to stop doing this shit, man. The whole Chinese knockoff stereotype, Temu Fall Guys, like we got to stop doing this shit. Make a new game. Yeah, we want to work on our own IP. Oh my god. It's different. It's different. We have rats and we have rabbits and pandas and shit. What up, Raunchy? This is insane behavior. I'd rather play Assassin's Creed. Temu Fall Guys is insane behavior. Well, the blockbuster franchise, the report notes that Assassin's Creed is a Western-focused franchise and is yet to make an impression in the smartphone market and therefore likely to provide a thinner margin for Tencent. All about the money. Isn't Temu in Boston? I wouldn't be surprised if they have some American headquarters. That's how Fortune 500s operate. They usually have headquarters everywhere. I remember I had, was it Temu? Yeah, I think it was like Temu like a couple months ago. They reached out to me via email. They was trying to like sponsor. I was like, man, I just laughed and deleted the email. Like, nah, no thank you. No thank you. We're not doing any Temu streams. We're not that down bad for cash. Are people still playing Fall Guys? I'd imagine it still has like its own little community. But yeah, that's the Assassin's Creed shit. It's a shame to see. What else I got for y'all? Oh, this one's funny. So, you know, for those unaware, Dragon's Dogma has some performance issues. And there's an article that came out. Capcom told IGN the performance issues with the PC version of Dragon's Dogma 2 may be linked to a heavy amount of CPU demand from the NPCs. The NPCs in the game are very smart, although they can be very smart and dumb at times. I just seen a video of this dude talking about how like his NPCs adapted to his combat style and they know when to go and heal and shit like that. He was just talking about and praising it. So it is a very CPU intensive game if you're gonna get it on PC. Which further collaborates what I was saying earlier.
Follow button.
What I was saying yesterday about how, like, you know, some games are more CPU intensive. Dragon's Dogma is more CPU intensive. So in response, fans are they're doing an NPC murder spree. They're going around killing NPCs in the game to boost the frame rate because there's just too much going on the CPU. I think that's fucking funny, bro. That's fucking funny. Is this proven to work? I don't know, but if you pick up the game and you're having some issues with the frame rate, maybe do some NPC genocide. It might fix it until a patch comes out. Damn, my CPU is cooked. Speaking of patches, there was one that came out. For all the people bitching and complaining about Final Fantasy VII, they just patched the game and it adds a sharp and soft 60 FPS mode. The performance mode, a lot of people were complaining that it's really blurry and it's not good to look at, which I always say, if you want the best performance and graphics, get a PC. But you know, I guess they found a way to make something out of it. Square got bullied into updating Final Fantasy VII, and there's now 2 performance modes. So you can get sharper graphics or softer graphics. What I would imagine the softer is kind of the traditional, what was already in the game. I might boot this up tonight, not on stream, just to see like what's the difference. And I'm curious, now that the visuals are sharper, will it affect the performance? Will it maintain 60? And if it does, why didn't it launch like this then? But yeah, the game should look better. For those of you who are having issues with the game being blurry, update your game. Speaking of unrelated, Dragon's Dogma 2, your stream title is mad lit. Yeah, I made a lion in the game. That's why. It's I know you're a furry, Dust. It's just in reference to what I made in the game. Calm down. You got your Star Fox suit on. Other PC related news, God of War Ragnarok is rumored to be coming to PC in 2025. You can make lions. Yeah, you can. I don't have anything else to say to that other than it's rumored. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably 9 times out of true. It's true. Every other major Sony game has came to PC, and this makes sense. It's been a couple years, I think, which, you know, by the way, time flies. So if you're excited about playing all those long, drawn-out, boring puzzles in 4K on PC, it should be there early 2025, guys. Oh shit, relax. I'm just trying to watch the stream, fam. 1440 is coming. Arcane, the creators of what's the name of that shit? Dishonored. Apparently they're working on some new sci-fi game. I didn't read this one. I don't know if there's anything here. What a worthless. I'm gonna be excited to play God of War Ragnarok remastered on the PS6. I don't think Sony Santa Monica would do that. They're not. Let's not put Naughty Dog on everybody's body. Hey, why your character wearing a Speedo on the mountain? Also, funny thing is, he's not anymore. Like, that was just where I was at that point in the game. So like in the game, there's a Speedo outfit that you can get, and at the time, my character was running around in a thong, basically. That had better. I think it's like a joke armor. I feel like the developers know what they were doing. That armor had better stats than the armor that looks like it should have good stats. So it was 100% because it was the best armor I had at the game. I was running around with my ass out, but not no more. When you get the game, because you get it pretty early on, you'll see. I think it's just a joke armor. They were fucking with people. I'm like, why does this thing got a thong on, bro? And it made you faster and higher stamina. Please remember the same niggas who made Devil May Cry made Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, you know the Japanese got that weird sense of humor. Arcane Studios co-founder has teased their next game at Wolfeye Studios. Currently, he's pitching at GDC alongside Wolfeye producer. Yesterday, Colantino shared a sneak peek with Wolfeye's office in Austin, showing him planning for their next game. Man, this ain't some whiteboard shit, man. What the fuck? I thought it was something here. Yo, shout out to Young Yoko with the sub.
With this money, I can now ditch the janky plane I built and fly first class on Spirit Airlines.
This one was interesting. Helldivers 2 is the #1 selling game of 2024 through March 2nd. Although, are you allowed to speak on how you feel about Dragon's Dogma now? Yes, I dropped the video yesterday. We dropped a podcast yesterday. Can you explain to me if you prefer to play with controller or is it mouse? I'm not playing on PC. I'm playing on Xbox. I'm playing with a controller. It's fine to me. It's an action game. It's not like Baldur's Gate. It's Dragon's Dogma is 100% an action game. It's like Monster Hunter meets Game of Thrones type shit. So like I seen some people reporting on this, like they're kind of misleading. Helldivers 2, I read an article about this morning, and the way it's being reported by some outlets, Helldivers 2 is not the best-selling game of 2024. Helldivers 2 is the best-selling, like, AAA game of 2024. The best-selling game, I believe, is still Palworld, but this one's #2. I'm playing on the Series X. But yeah, Super Earth out here winning regardless. They still overachieving, which is good. You know, keep the studio alive. Podcast is lit. Appreciate it. That's it. Let's see. Apex Legends tournament hacker says he did it for fun. I was about to say they sold more than Palworld. Nah, they didn't. Helldivers 2 is AAA. Technically, yeah, because like even though it's a small studio, Sony did give them the money to finish the game. Apex Legends tournament hacker says he did it for fun. For those of you unaware, like a few days ago was the finals of the biggest tournament for Apex Legends, and in the finals, in like the final match, a hacker took control of like every player's PC and fucked the whole tournament over, and they had to shut it down. This nigga coming out doing interviews, bruh, snitching on himself. I did it for fun. The hacker who disrupted North America's Apex Legends Global Series Finals has said he did it for fun. The Apex Legends Esports Finals took place earlier this week, during which 2 players were hacked and given cheat-based ability. Which, by the way, this is what I be talking about. Yo, this clout shit got people fucked up in the head, man. I thought Lil Wayne said real G's move in silence like lasagna. Motherfuckers be making fun of, like, this is the nerd version of rapping ass niggas who be on the beat talking about Mitch caught a body about a week ago. This the same shit. It's just the nerd version of it. Like, yo, shh. What are you doing, bruh? EA and Respawn. This nigga doing interviews and shit. This nigga doing Vlad TV interviews, man. It's believed that Destroyer 2009. You already know this nigga got a neck beard. A hacker previously seen in Apex Legends was behind the security breach. In a new interview with TechCrunch, very reputable website, this nigga doing interviews with Vlad TV. Destroyer 2009 said the hacks were his work, which he did. This is like the nerd version of the Soulja Boy. Yeah, niggas pulled up. They started, you know, fighting and shit. Third party. I'm just sitting at the computer. I said, these niggas is having too much fun. So I hit the red button and fucked the tournament up. Chains clanking and shit. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, he said, I just did it for fun in an interview with Tech. Yo, how did TechCrunch get a hold of this nerd? Destroyer 2009 said the hack was intended to show the vulnerabilities present in Apex Legends with good intentions in order to highlight the issue to a larger audience.
You've got one loyal fan base.
Yo, shout out to Frosty Bubbler with the sub. I appreciate it. Not many people would have used an exploit.
So I love to see when someone donates a sub to someone.
Shout out to Sauce Villain with the sub.
Section 8 subscriber.
What's the name? He said he claimed he didn't report the one second, y'all. Nice. Not many people would have used it to exploit that in an absolutely innocent way for players, he said. He claimed he didn't report the vulnerability to Respawn and EA because they don't offer rewards.
With this money, I can now ditch the janky plane I built and fly first class on Spirit Air.
Yo, shout out to Woozilla with the sub. All right, so in the first half of this interview, he presents himself to be, because there is such thing as good hackers where like they hack to present the evidence to whoever they hack to let them know you have vulnerabilities. But then right here, he says, I didn't tell them about the vulnerabilities because they wouldn't pay me. They didn't have no rewards. What are you? All right, bro. So are you a good or a bad hacker? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Shout out to Woo with the sub. Destroyer 2009 declined to give details on how he executed the hacks, but he claimed it had nothing to do with the server and he never touched anything outside of the Apex's process. He also claimed he didn't hack either of the players' computers. I really don't want to go into the details until everything's fully patched and everything goes back to normal, he said. He's a gray hat. He's a gray Jedi. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, he just want to see the burn. He just want to see the world burn. He's a gray Jedi. He's like, I'll help, but y'all gotta pay. This nigga's a mercenary hacker. That's he's not really good, but he's not really bad. This nigga's a mercenary. He's the Punisher of hackers. That's fucking funny, man. That's fucking funny. And then last but not least, this article I saved right here. So news is breaking right now. We might be losing one of the biggest gaming websites in the world, which is Kotaku. In terms of like the pecking order, I think IGN and GameSpot, depending on your preference, number 1, number 2. And then number 3 and 4 is really like Kotaku, Polygon. They're at the top. Apparently, a lot of people are resigning at Kotaku because the new suits are ordering them to write. I already read this article. The suits are ordering them to change the content. Instead of reporting on gaming news, they want them to write up to 50 guides a week. So like a lot of people are apparently like walking out. The story is being updated to include this information per a source close to the situation. Kotaku writers are expected to produce 50 guides per week. And I thought the only reason I'm highlighting this is I'm an ass, that's why. This story is funny to me because it's fucked up that they want them to increase their workload without offering more money. But it is funny because if they were to do these 50 guides, none of them would be good. Keep in mind, gaming journalists suck at video games. So like, y'all seen the Cuphead gameplay. Imagine getting 50 guides a week for Cuphead gameplay for all the latest shit, man. Shit would be fucking awful, man. So shout out to them for walking out and not dealing with this shit. because they know their strengths and they know their weaknesses. They know they are not good enough to write a guide, let alone 50. Let's hop into the sub box. Oh shit. PlayStation. Ronan, what did you link? Sony's beta testing a new PS5 Explore tab with backgrounds. I don't care, bruh. Y'all niggas booting up your PS5 to look at widgets. This is the type of shit. This is funny. Ronan, don't post no more links. At this point, get a PC. Get a PC. Get a PC. Gonna boot up my PS5 and switch my live wallpaper and my widgets. Nigga, I bought a PS5 to play games, bruh. Yeah, why can't I get Photoshop on my PS5, bruh? Get a PC at this point. Be doing everything. Niggas got Discord and widgets. Get